5,000 years ago, somebody wrote my name onto an ancient palm leaf in Sanskrit. Not only did they write my name, they wrote the name of my mother, they wrote the name of my wife, my father, my children, the names of my brothers, and all the events that would happen to me through my life. And that palm leaf predicted my future.
You have one brother, one sister.
Yes.
They are married, but the sister is a widow.
Yes.
You also married twice.
Yes.
First wife is divorced.
Yes.
In the first wife, you have one daughter.
Yes.
The first daughter is married.
Yes.
And you are involved in the spiritual field.
Yes.
And also you know about the astrology.
Yes.
And you have written lots of books related to spiritual.
Yes.
And also you are doing the business related to media production with your wife.
Yes.
And also you are doing some spiritual conference and consultant.
Yes.
Your name is Craig.
Yes.
Your father name is Donald. Your mother name is Ethel.
Yes.
Tina, your first wife name.
Yes.
And Jan, the present wife name.
Yes.
These are all the identification about your tradition. These are all identified in the leaf, in the palm leaves.
Yes.
On the leaf were also written the most significant things that would happen to me in my life. Some very personal things that nobody could possibly know. Now, Jane and I are no strangers to the miraculous. We've been working as psychic mediums throughout our lives and giving verifiable proof from the spirit world to prove that life goes on after death. Army pictures come into my head. Someone that went over, bang, like that in the army, I've got to say. And he was a real handsome man, wasn't he?
Does somebody take somebody's ashes and they were meant to come back to the family but they never got them?
We are also no strangers to India and its mysteries. Jane and I have been to Bangalore, to an ashram, and seen the miracles of Sathya Sai Baba, the Hindu saint. I have also lived in Rishikesh and studied yoga. I've bathed in the Ganges and have been invited to hidden holy places in Varanasi that are out of bounds to Western tourists. I have explored the abandoned ashrams of Rishikesh and climbed the rocks of the holy caves where Jesus is claimed to have lived in his missing years. For the future, the leaves tell me that I am to open teaching organisations across the world where people can have access to mediumship for free. I am first to go to Los Angeles, where my journey will begin, and I will assemble a team of spiritual travellers who will help me with my quest. Now, of course, many people will say that this is all a con and could only be looked up on the internet. Jane and I have argued many times with skeptics, and I will continue to do so. In this instance, however, safeguards were put in place to ensure that the reader did not know who I was until the reading commenced. There are also many personal things he said about me and my family that have no written record and would certainly not be discoverable on the internet. With my American team, many of whom I have already prepared for this trip, we will also visit Delhi so that we can consult the Naadi readers firsthand and make absolutely certain that there is no way they could research us. But what about my personal future? I am told that to secure it, I have been charged by the leaves to undertake various remedies. These are a sort of penance for sins made in past lives. They consist of rituals and chants that I must do at specific temples and at specific times in southern India. At the same time, I have various charitable tasks to perform, such as helping the Indian poor children and older people. In some cases, I am also to give clothes to them and help them with a wedding. How Jane and some of my team will respond to the grime of India, I do not know. Many of these temples are magnificent, whereas others look like public toilets. Some are obscure locations and a difficult journey to get to. And who knows if the Brahmins will ever allow me and a group of Californians to sneak into their temples and perform rituals reserved for the Hindu spiritual elite. It could be a cultural shock for all of us. Jane loves shopping, and her friends from California, I'm afraid, love the good things in life. And between them, I don't know how they're ever going to cope with some of the grime of India and some of the difficult places I intend to take them. I am absolutely sincere about wanting to do this. I believe in the power of mantras. I believe that people like myself and these Naadi oracles can foresee the future. And I also believe that perhaps through the power of our free will, we can also change and remedy a potential future.